example as to why you don't lose Super Bowls. Uh, you just simply can't afford to lose Super Bowls because the minute you lose the Super Bowl, the window or chance or opportunity for that to happen again is severely diminished, okay, for a multitude of different reasons. Whether that's changes from personnel, players finding better deals, um, teams wanting what you have, right? So now all of your coaching staff and all your coordinators and some of your role players and key players are leaving, and that's currently what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles right now. Okay, they lost that Super Bowl. That Super Bowl really set the Philadelphia Eagles back to the point where realistically it's difficult to get back there after losing, right? And B, continue to be good, because now what you have is you have the NFL has tape on the Philadelphia Eagles these past couple years. So what's going on is teams, they're better prepared for the Philadelphia Eagles, whether that's the tush push, certain things Jalen Hurts like to do. The NFL has now keyed on to a lot of those things, and it becomes more difficult for the team in general. So that's where the Philadelphia Eagles are right now. The Philadelphia Eagles have they didn't win that Super Bowl, man. They didn't win that Super Bowl, but now what happens is that the expectation is Super Bowl, right? So when you have such an high expectation, but the product looks so horrible on the field, now it's time, it's time to shift gears. It may be time to shift gears. Okay, I was under the clear impression and interpretation after the Philadelphia Eagles lost that Super Bowl that you had to change the coaching staff. Okay, now at the time, of course, I was frustrated, and looking back at it now, I think it was more based off emotions, right? But after last year, after the 10-1 start, things began to shift differently for me. And and I still am under the clear indication that the star players do not respect Nick Sirianni as a football mind, not as a human being. I think he's lost the locker room. I think he should be fired. Okay? When you look at a team that starts 10-1 and implodes and goes 3-8. So, okay, beginning of last year, the Philadelphia Eagles started 10-1. Okay? Then they lost the remainder 4 or 5 of the rest of their game. They lost the rest of their games. I think we beat the Giants, and then we lost in the playoffs. All right, dating back to last season, right? After the 10-1 start, the Philadelphia Eagles are 3-8. What happened that quick? Okay? What happened that fast? To go from 10-1 to 3-8. Okay? It's the players, it's your star players. Your star players. Still talking about last year. Last year is totally relevant to now because the same thing is going on. right? So it's the same problem. So it's a completely relevant. And again, you hate to bring up last year, but it's a continuation. It's a continuation of last year with the with just the entire state of Philadelphia Eagles. It's a continuation of what's been going on last year. Okay. I'm still under the firm belief that the Philadelphia Eagles, the players, the star players, they are not 100% bought into Nick Sirianni. You look at the effort on the field. You look at how the team has been losing as of late. With the 3-8 record, and you begin to wonder, what actually is going on. And even when you look at AJ Brown has missed the last 5 Eagles games. AJ Brown has missed the last 5 Eagles games dating back to last year. Right? So when you talk about last year, bro, it's all a continuation. Okay? It's the same things are going on. We're having the same problems. It's a continuation of last year. It's like it's like you have to talk about last year because it's the same. It's just a continuation. Okay? And what's so funny to me is everything's being confirmed. Everything's being confirmed. And I just sit here and let it play out, right? And eventually, when Nick Sirianni is finally fired, you see, you should have did it last year. Honestly, you fired Nick Sirianni at the end of the season, at the end of last year. If you really had the balls and you was really smart, you would have got rid of him during the season. But the Philadelphia Eagles didn't do that, right? They feel like it makes the organization look bad if we have multiple head coaches. Y'all have fucking different offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators every year. You don't think that revolving door seems a little weird? Isn't it ironic that you seem to not care about having stability at the offensive coordinator position, something that you drastically, direly need? But you rather retain the head coach, or want continuity with a head coach when you didn't even hire him for this current team right now. You hired him to help Carson Wentz. There's no way in hell Nick Sirianni would have ever been able to help a Carson Wentz, because he's not that guy. Neither one of them aren't those. They're not those guys. He's not a guru. It's really frustrating, and it's a bit belittling to me and the rest of the fan base when we see what clearly needs to be changed, and that is Nick Sirianni. Eventually he has to be fired. Once Nick Sirianni is fired, then we can talk about realistic Super Bowl aspirations. But with Nick Sirianni, bro, it's not. I don't think it's happening, to be honest with you. I don't think it's happening with Nick Sirianni at the helm. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they are just so. What are they waiting for? What are they waiting for? First off, the fact that he's still the head coach. It's already too late. It's already too late. Okay, their best chance would have been to get rid of this guy last year, but now you look at it and it's the same exact thing. And the Philadelphia Eagles are just, what are you guys waiting for to pull the trigger? What are they waiting for to pull the trigger? You see, Jalen Hurts does not. You look at, I would have a real gripe at my head coach. I would have a real problem with my head coach if you scapegoat my offensive coordinator that I grew up with. You scapegoat him for your lack of efficiency calling plays. I would not, if I was Jalen Hurts, I would feel a certain way about my head coach as well. I would. I'm sorry, bro. You just fired the offensive coordinator who was my guy. This was the only like continuity I had as, I mean, like we know Jalen Hurts, dating back from college, has only had the same offensive coordinator in back-to-back years once. That was Shane Steichen, and we seen what that produced, right? So when you bring in a guy that pretty much raised him in a way, and he's the offensive coordinator, to fire him, right? And then not only was he fired, he was scapegoated. Okay, a lot of the things that was going on bad with the offense last year, it was not Brian Johnson. Initially, I thought it was, and once I figured out that it was the weasel Nick Sirianni, I never said another bad word about Brian Johnson, because it really wasn't Brian Johnson. It was Nick Sirianni this entire time. So if I'm Jalen Hurts, I know this. I would, and there's been reports, during the offseason about their relationship and whatever the case may be. Me personally, I would feel some type of way about that, man. I mean, this guy raised me. He's the offensive coordinator. And you pretty much, you're the reason he's fired. He took all of the blame for Nick Sirianni last year. And he got fired. You scapegoated Jalen Hurts' guy at the offensive coordinator spot when it was never even Brian Johnson's fault. So if you don't think there's no tension there, I don't know what you guys are watching. What about AJ Brown? Okay, we're gonna talk about the star players and the potential, not even the potential, because it's there. Okay, the frustrations they may have with their head coach. All right, now you look at AJ Brown. With AJ Brown, he's missed 5 games dating back since last year. He missed the playoff game in Tampa. Okay, he missed the playoff game. He missed the Tampa Bay playoff game, right? Then he missed this whole season thus far, right? And what's interesting about the AJ Brown's injury, news broke about his injury, I think, a day before the trip to Brazil. Like, it was just so random. Okay, nonetheless, I'm just throwing that out there to say this. AJ Brown hamstring. I mean, bro, coming off of it was so abrupt to where it was questionable. Like, do you want to play AJ Brown? Am I saying AJ Brown's faking an injury? No. I'm just saying it's a bit weird. I mean, because I look at his injuries as something he could potentially play through. It seems like that playoff game, I didn't think AJ Brown, honestly, bro, I think AJ Brown just don't want to play, bro. I think he don't. These injuries, he could definitely, the injuries that AJ Brown has suffered, he could have played through them. Okay, he chose not to. Why? I would not be rushing to play for this team either, bro. It's bad. Nick Sirianni, here's my belief. I'm going to just say it. I know this is a hot take. This is crazy, right? I think AJ Brown just does not want to play for Nick Sirianni, man. Injuries that he could play through. He's not playing through those. He does not want to play for Nick Sirianni, man. I know it. And I'm standing on it. Because, look, from dating back from last year, I've been right this entire time. All I'm waiting for is for Nick Sirianni to be fired. That's it. That's all I'm waiting for, is the Nick Sirianni news to be broke. That he's been fired. Okay? I've been following it since the beginning of last year. Okay, and it's all the same drama and BS. It's the same BS. The only thing now is we're losing. That's what's horrible. We're losing more. Come on, man. Y'all talking about start Kenny Pickett. Stop playing with me, man. Who said that? I send you to the loser lounge, dog. Say it again. Type it again, bro. You going to the loser lounge. Wait, who said what? Smeagol's K? Oh, yeah, I got my first victim. Send him to the loser lounge. Ban him for life. Back to what I was saying. All right. I think, okay, I would prefer AJ Brown if you got a hamstring, those things linger, cool, sit out, right? It's better to be safe than sorry. Okay, cool. I'm all for that. But if you ask me, I think AJ Brown isn't in a rush to return. And if I was AJ Brown, I wouldn't be in a rush to return either. Until Nick Sirianni is out the fucking door. That's it. That's the bottom. Listen, guys. Okay, I'll put it to you this way. As long as Nick Sirianni is the head coach, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to be losers. I'll put it to you that way. As long as Nick Sirianni is the head coach, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to lose. Playoffs, fuck no. Playoff win, wild card, possibly. I mean, they have the talent to overcome the head coach, the CEO, right? The CEO. What the bro? This shit is worse than Chip Kelly. At least Chip Kelly has some nuts. Pause. At least Chip Kelly has some balls, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. Right? At least he called plays. At least Chip Kelly called plays. Doug Peterson called plays. And again, that's another reason I feel like these guys don't respect Nick Sirianni, because he does not call plays. What do you do? Now everybody's questioning you, Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, what do you do? Yeah, that's the biggest question. That's the $1 million question. I already know, so I don't want to know. You don't do shit, my guy. I already know, so I don't want to know, bro. You don't do anything. You were you were hired for our previous draft pick, our quarterback, Carson Wentz, to fix him. Come on, dog. We know you can't fix. Come on, man. You couldn't fix a flat, my nigga. Come on, bro. You couldn't fix nothing, dog. And this ain't nothing against you personally, but when it come to my team, Nick Sirianni, you're not it. And now that the players know, bro, we're fried. We gonna lose until he's fired. We're gonna continue to lose. The quicker he can get out of the door. Like, what the hell? What do we need to, like, go to Lincoln Finance? I mean, not to the link. Do we need to go to the NovaCare complex and just all, protest to get Nick Sirianni fired? Man, I would never do that. Unless we lose another game. We lose another game, I'm down. I know we lose another game, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on now. This team's too talented. Okay. Jalen Hurts. Okay. Speaking of talent, I got to segue into Jalen Hurts, right? And I promise you, bro, I look. I'm going to try not to rant, right? I'm going to try not to scream and do all of that. Okay. You don't. This is the golden rule. You never turn your back on your quarterback, especially when he's shown it and proven it. We don't do that shit, man. We don't do that, man. That's wild. Come on, man. Come on. Like, what are we doing, bro? Jalen Hurts, hey, brother, I will say this, though. I don't know, Jalen Hurts, if I don't know how I'm going to be able to continue to defend you. I'm going to do it, but they on your ass. They on your ass worse than a tush push, my boy. They on your heels. I mean, they're clamoring for him. I mean, he leads. Okay, Jalen Hurts leads the NFL in turnovers with 11. If I'm not mistaken, the closest quarterback, the closest guy with the most turnovers next to Jalen Hurts, I forgot who it is, but he has 7. So yeah, he has a sizable lead. Let's put it to you this way. Jalen Hurts is on pace for about what? I'm retarded. So I mean math is like, bro, when I gotta add numbers, I just start seeing a bunch of random shit, bro. But I mean he's on pace. If he has 11, if he has 11 turnovers already and it's only 4 games, he's on pace for like what, 22 after 8. So after 8 games, he'll have what? He's on pace to have 22 turnovers. Yo, this might be the worst. He's on pace to have the worst season from a turnover perspective than anybody in NFL history. I mean, who had the most turnovers in a season? What player? What quarterback? I'm pretty sure Jalen Hurts is on pace to fucking shatter that record. Damn. But look, no, in all seriousness, right? I can't totally blame Jalen, and I'm not. Okay, I gotta give him his fair shake. He didn't have his guys with him. You know, there's a lot. There's not ever as bro. It's multifaceted when you talk about quarterbacks, bro. Unfortunately, you just can't say, oh, it's all the quarterback's fault. I mean, you can do that when they win, and you do it when they win. When they win, it's always the quarterback's fault. When they lose, it's always so, bro. With quarterback talk, bro, you have to be a bit more grounded and something better talking point, something that's more I need some stability in these talking points, right? I don't need no sporadic random, oh, 1 minute he's good, the next minute he's not. No, bro, we're talking real life football, okay? So you have to add in so many other factors. If we're having an honest conversation, if we just trolling and saying, oh yeah, Jalen, if we're just trolling and saying, players are trash and that, okay, I get that. If we just trash talking as fans, that's cool. I understand that. But if we realistically really talking that talk and trying to figure out what's going on, okay, we can do that. But Jalen simply isn't. Come on, man. Saying Jalen Hurts is trash or we need to move on from Jalen Hurts, that shit's wild. I mean, based off his intangibles alone. I'm rocking out with Jalen based off the intangibles alone. We ain't even talk about the deep ball, right? The beautiful deep ball. Right? We ain't talk about this, his accuracy, how much it's improved, and well, it's so much to his game, right? To where I know he has limitations. But that's where your coaching staff kicks in. Stupid. You don't expose your quarterback to dumb stuff. Like unnecessary quarterback draws and or horrible, horrendous play calling, man, just I'm not gonna really harp on play calling. I'll say more so situational football. Some of the play designs and stuff like that has been okay. It hasn't been completely horrible, right? I could live with some of the play designs and things like that, right? But When it comes to Jalen Hurts, we've seen what he can do. So I mean, everybody just forgot because of one game where he didn't have any of his guys with him. Come on, man. I mean, he's still top 10 in passing yards, right? He's top 10 in passing yards. Y'all really low. Y'all really low lives trolling. We all miss Carson Wentz, huh? What? Yo, cut it out. Look, no, but again, we talk about Carson Wentz, right? I rock out with all of my quarterbacks. Jeff Garcia, Tim Tebow, Sam Bradford, all of them, bro. Like Carson Wentz, I love all. If you ever played quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles and started a game, I always support you, always rock with you, and I always will. I support my quarterbacks, bro. I support my quarterbacks, bro. Now, does that mean that I can't be honest? I could be honest, right? And I can say Jalen Hurts has been playing like dog shit. But I think he's going to fix it and pull it together. And come on, bro. He's a dude's built hardwired different. So I'm perfectly cool. Look, there's a thing called human error. You guys ever heard of human error? It's when you just fuck up, right? It's natural. It's gonna happen. Okay. It's a lot of times it's how you learn and bounce back from things and get better. Jalen Hurts, it seems like he's always going to have a fumble problem. He's never really had issues with turning the ball over, right? But that's his Achilles heel, okay? And it always comes back to him. He does have a fumbling issue. He does have some things that limitations to his game, right? I can point out a few so I won't seem so biased, right? There's some things that I would like to see him improve in. First off, come off of that first read, Jalen. Okay? Don't stop predetermining who you're going to throw the ball to. Okay? If I was an NFL quarterback, I definitely would be doing the same shit, bro. Because there's so much going on. You can predetermine who you're throwing the ball to, but the thing is, you got to come off of that if it isn't there. And you got to say, okay, I'm going here based off this, what I'm seeing, but pre-snap. But if it ain't there, I already know, if this isn't there, I'll also know what else, I also got a second read, a third read. Bro got to get to those reads and those progressions. And I think he can do that. Duh. Right? It's just going to take time, especially with this, with the new, with the new play caller, right? So that type of stuff is gonna take time, unfortunately. But that's the problem that you put your star quarterback in. When you fire Brian Johnson, or when you can't retain Shane Steichen, or when you got a Nick Sirianni thinking he could call plays and he can't, right? So that's just what happens. You can't. Okay, now I will say this, right? With star quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, you have to be able to when there's nothing, right? When your guys are down, when you have great quarterbacks. This one thing about great quarterbacks that I know for a fact, great quarterbacks is going to make something happen when nothing is happening. Right, Jalen Hurts has the ability to do that with his legs, right, and things like that, with his ability to throw the deep ball and stuff like that. So I mean, he has that ability. We've seen him do it. So he has it. He has it. He has it. Let me see. Y'all say. Let me see what the comments say about talking about. I think it's on Cowboys winning the division. Come on, man. All right, but look, bro. But look, overall, man, I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, it's unfortunate, right? But the clamors of Nick Sirianni's job security, it got so loud to where If it was earlier on during the season, I dead ass think that the Philadelphia Eagles, they would have fired Nick Sirianni. What said it was that bad, bro? I'm telling you. Bro. I spearheaded that thing, bro. So it was loud. It was real. It was real. We all wanted him gone for the most part. I'm not gonna say all, because it was a lot of people that was also, they're like, man, chill. You're gonna lose a couple games. But I promise you, at the end of the season, leading into the playoffs, bro, as the season progressed towards the end, it got worse and worse, to the point they had to have a real conversation about retaining Nick Sirianni. And of course, you lean towards keeping him, right? Coming off the Super Bowl, of course, you had a rough season, right? A logical guy would think to, okay, we can, right? Hey, looking back at it now and what's going on now, I bet you they wish they would have got rid of that man. But again, this is one of those things. The season's early, man. I hope all of this is just a mute talking point, all of it. But unfortunately, man, I got my pulse on it. I got my pulse on this thing, bro, and it sucks. It sucks, dog. Now I can see if this was a two and two team where the Philadelphia Eagles are fighting, they're scrapping. Which they have been. But it's you see the same stuff from last year, and it's depleting. Bro, that rips the heart out of us when it's the same thing that's going on from last year. See, the Philadelphia Eagles gonna fuck up, man, and they gonna bro, they gonna lose the momentum and the energy, right? At some point with the fans, bro. We diehards, and y'all know how we rock out about our team. Everybody knows that. But when it's the same old, bro, you know what happens. We gonna get on y'all behind, right? You gonna get the bulls, because, bro, we can't deal with the same thing. It's like we know what's going to happen. We know the same. Come on, man. We at least I haven't been seeing wide receiver screens to Smitty. At least I haven't been seeing that. And that's the problem. And I don't want to be right, but it's leaning that way. It's turning into that. And what can I do besides just watch it happen and just pray that the Philadelphia Eagles do the right thing and get Nick Sirianni the fuck up out of Philly, man. Just fire him peacefully. Let him go CEO somewhere else, man. We need somebody who can design this thing for Jalen. We need somebody who can design this thing from scratch. For Jalen. We need Jalen Hurts in the lab with a guy who can take him to the next level. Not even take him to the next level, because he's there. Bro, just it's not, I don't think it's that difficult. To be honest with you, with a Jalen Hurts. It's not that difficult with a guy like that, bro. He has all the intangibles. Get him an offensive coordinator. But he has to be the head coach. Okay? He has to be the head coach. Now, damn, who the hell Jalen Hurts are answering to? The offensive coordinator or the head coach? Who's calling the plays? There's confusion there. Like, what's going on, man? The $1 million question, what the hell does Nick Sirianni do? Nobody can answer that. CEO of what, nigga? Not kicking easy ass field goals? That's what you the CEO of? You the CEO of these L's we've been taking, my boy. Nigga, talking to you the CEO style head coach, nigga. I'll drop kick you. Hey, gang. I'll drop kick you, bro. You ain't no CEO, no. You the CEO of the what? What? Whoa, that's sickening. That's diabolical to give yourself that title, knowing damn well, bro, you haven't earned that. CEO, bro, you making the worst executive decisions. Howie, what's going on, Howie? Howie, I'm a chill on you, Howie. I'm gonna give you a little bit more time, Howie. I ain't gonna add you into this, okay? But god damn, where's the pass rush? That's a whole different thing. That's a whole different story right there, man. But yeah, the real is all back in, man. Jalen Hurts, and the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't think they're bought into Nick Sirianni, man. Okay, I like the coordinators, I do, but Nick Sirianni is in the way of this shit, man. He's just in the way of everything. Yeah, you're the CEO, which means you have your hands in everything, and everything you put your hands in, you fuck it up. Like, just get back. Just. Okay, if we can do this with Nick Sirianni, yes, he's the head coach, but I would give him as little responsibility, if any. He's definitely not going to be deciding what goes on 4th and 3 or 4th and 1. No. That's the last thing we want him doing. We don't want him calling plays. We don't want him in a defensive room. We don't want, bro, like, dude is a liability everywhere. And guess what? His job description pretty much entails that's what he does. He's all around the place, from the defensive back room to the quarterback's film room to the D-line. He's all over. He got his nasty paws all over his team, bro. And I don't see the Philadelphia Eagles being able to, because you can't just push him in a closet and say, hey, you just do this one little thing, because his job description gives him the authority to override everything that's going on and do it his way. And bro, I think he has too much power in a Chip Kelly sense. Because bro, you just all over the bro, and I don't think he's not effective. It's like when they see you come into the room, the film, they like, oh, here come head coach, bro. Fuck, bro. Like, I don't know if he comes off as a dictator, or if I don't know how the players feel about him as far as his football knowledge, but I know they don't respect it, because nobody does around the NFL. Players, nobody does, man. And until he's gone, I can't realistically see the Philadelphia Eagles doing anything special. Jalen Hurts is going to, and most likely, man, I hate to say this, bro. Fuck. I hate to say this, but I just don't, with Nick Sirianni, man, I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do much. But I will say this, the quicker they get rid of him, the better. They scared to do it, man. Like, what more do you need to see from the players? Jalen Hurts is regressing. The team has been losing. And y'all, bro, there's no way. Oh my God. I mean, it's not like he brings it, he doesn't call plays. He's not the offensive minded guru. Bro, he's not that valuable. Okay, if you guys are, if Philadelphia Eagles are, if the Philadelphia Eagles continue to keep him around, they don't care about winning. And when that comes out, they're fucked. They're fucked. They're gonna have to fire him. They're gonna have to fire him eventually because they'll have no choice. Okay, when the fans want something done, bro, it'll have to get done because it's gonna become too public. It's gonna become too known and mainstream. And golly, Nick Sirianni, bro, he on the cusp. He on the cusp. He's on the cusp. You got everybody talking about him. What does he do? What does he do? What's going on with Philly? It's all bad. Hey man, I got some content coming soon for y'all. It's coming. Trust me.